Welcome to the Betterman Pick'em Show for week 4. I hope it's week 4. We are in the middle of the grind. We are through just about the first month of the NFL season. I am joined by Rob Brink and Tyler Buecher. Boys, this is going to be an interesting week. I feel like the confidence ratings are all over the place, but what's going on? What's going on, Rob?
As I told you, I'm on my second beer today. Just 2 sips in, so it shouldn't get too saucy here, but I've got some takes this week.
Tyler, what about you?
I'm looking forward to the takes. I think this is gonna be a fun one.
I agree. We're already having some laughs and going through it. So, all right, let's just jump right in. Circa picks for this week and Survivor. You guys know the deal if you've been watching the show. If you haven't, we're going to go through each pick, each game against the spread. And then at the end, we're going to look at our Survivor picks for the week. Still alive. There's only 2,600 entries left in the Circa Millions, and we are one of them. So hopefully everyone has terrible luck except for us. As they said in the Player Haters Ball, I hope terrible things happen to you. Yeah. So, all right, let's get into it. Falcons, Jaguars, 6:30 a.m. kickoff. London, probably going to be a messy game. Jaguars have looked awful the last couple of weeks. Falcons are competent. Tyler, you had a 2 on the Jags. Mondo had a 3. Any thoughts here?
If Ritter is forced to pass it all, this game is over. I think the Jaguars are coming off a really rough outing, which is why it's a generous line with -3. I think this should be closer to a touchdown. Falcons can definitely slow this game down, but I think the Jaguars team is just too damn good. Offensively and defensively. This is a rebound spot.
I want you to be right here. Rob in the workspace, what do you got?
As I watched week 1 and, Ridley just going off, I said, my God, Lawrence is about to be like a top fucking quarterback of the league this year. And then it just sort of went away. So, I agree with Tyler. They're definitely way better than they're playing right now. But I personally don't fuck with the London games. So,
yeah, they've been messy, but I will say the Chiefs defense is probably really good. So that week 2 is excusable. The week 3 against Houston, Lawrence has always struggled against them, but he's on my list now of like, what the fuck, dude? All right. So Dolphins, Bills next. Bills -3. Tyler, you had a 1 on the Dolphins, which I looked at. I didn't end up doing it, but what are your thoughts here?
Not very confident in this Bills team to keep pace with the Dolphins. Like, yeah, they're not going to throw up 70 points again. That's like freaking absurd. 2 points shy of the NFL record, which was from like 1966. I think I heard. Just absolutely nuclear outing by the Dolphins, and they get Jalen Waddle back. Yeah, I think this team is too darn good. I don't really care which field it's on. I think the Dolphins are a team that can beat anybody at any given time right now. I'm in. I'm all the way in. And we've got a like cover 3, cover 6 kind of shell against Josh Allen, where he really struggles against secondaries that drop back. Like he's better fit for playing against teams that play man, but with like every single defense now shifting toward more and more zone, I think Allen isn't gonna struggle here. Honestly, I'm not really high on Allen this week.
Fair enough, Rob.
what if this game goes under? Like, this is one of my plays here. I like this. I think this game could go under. If I'm the Bills, what are you going to try to do here against the Dolphins? You can't keep pace, right? There's no way you can keep pace. So, like,
Yeah.
I'm looking at like Bills dink and dunk, try to run the ball, try to keep the Dolphins off the field is the way I see this game going. I think the total's 53.5 or 54, which is fucking massive. So I don't know. I don't have a side here. I've just given you guys a little analysis. I think this game could go under. I lean under pretty heavily. Just if the Bills can figure out how to control the game a little bit.
I agree with that. Like, I just took a James Cook prop prior to jumping on here, thinking that they'll be leaning on him quite a bit. A lot of Stephon Diggs, dink and dunks. It's not a Gabe Davis game. But the thing is, the Dolphins are like top 7 in most explosive passes allowed, top 7 in most explosive runs allowed. Now they face the Dolphins team that just does that on like 1 out of every 4 plays.
Yeah, that's a weird game. I will say the Dolphins took at least 6 months off Sean Payton's life last week. So Vikings -5. Jeff Mans has a 4 confidence. Tyler, you have a 3. Mondo has a 2. So that might be one of our picks this week. Vikings in all reasoning should pull this off, but they're kind of having the year from hell right now, 0-3. Once they start talking about trading your quarterback, that's how you know things are getting weird. So, Rob, what are your thoughts here?
I think everything reads Vikings here, right? Like, they've been a bit unlucky. They've been worse than they should be. Like, that's a good football team, and the Panthers are not, right? Like, simple analysis. Anyone with eyes can see that both of those things are true. So I heavily lean Vikings here. I'm not gonna cry if we take them. Honestly, it's just they've not played great. And would you be shocked if they didn't cover? I wouldn't be shocked if they didn't cover. I'd be shocked if they didn't win, but I don't know about the cover.
An Andy Dalton to Adam Thielen touchdown with 30 seconds left to cover. Yeah. Tyler?
With Bryce Young practicing, I'm thinking he could play.
Okay.
That's a big hurdle because Young has not shown NFL caliber yet. It's been disastrous. I know you're in the Carolina area, Rob, but it's just been really, really gross watching his play right now. This is why I think if the Vikings are able to get like 3 scores, I don't think the Panthers are able to get anywhere close to it.
Little local flavor. Everyone here has fucking turned on him big time. When the draft happened, I was literally at a buddy's house watching the draft. He's like, all right, this is it. Then we did our fantasy draft. Same guy drafted him. And I got a text message from him Sunday, like, man, or the other couple weeks ago. Yeah, fuck this guy.
He's done. He's done. Well, speaking of done, Broncos Bears. This is so. I feel like we're all looking at this like, all right, there's exploitable things, especially fantasy wise here. This should be a good fantasy game for Wilson and Fields and all these guys. But Rob, nobody touched this game. Any leans here?
I moved off the Broncos. Like, I think, if Russ is ever going to cook again, this is probably a good spot for him to do so. It's just like, who has faith in Russell Wilson right now? No, not a human on earth, unfortunately. But man, this Bears team's a fucking unmitigated disaster. Broncos is the right play, I think. I just can't do it.
Tyler?
I have nothing really fun to add here in terms of stats or anything. Like, one team got smacked by 70 points. The other is led by Justin Fields, who has like, what are they, like one of the worst point differentials over the last 13 games?
What happened, man? Come on, Justin. Yeah.
The curse of the Ohio State quarterback, man, or the CJ Stroud might be the real deal.
Man. All right. Ravens, Browns. Tyler has a 4 here. Rob, you have a 3, and I've actually placed a bet on the Browns for this week. So I'm aligned with you guys. Rob, any thoughts here?
Like Watson looks pretty good, right? I mean, there's that bonehead play with him throwing the ball backwards 20 yards inexplicably. I don't think he's ever been a genius, but he's a pretty good ball player. And this Ford kid, like, I had him in DFS last week. I didn't even hear of him until Chubb went down, honestly, but looks really good. So yeah, I think Browns under a field goal. Give me it.
Oh,
Mondo had a 1 as well. I should throw that out there. Tyler?
I'm a little scared because right before we hopped on in practice, Deshaun Watson got pulled after like just throwing a few passes. If it's a Dorian Thompson-Robinson game, then so this is something we've got to pay attention to over the last 24 hours before we submit finally.
Well, they'll make him a game time decision though, no matter what the injury, right?
Yeah, I think so. It was a shoulder thing, I believe.
This is like, Rob, when you said I'm not betting any more MLB until the playoffs, and then Sonny Gray gets pulled after 60 pitches yesterday, and all these guys getting pulled, and you're like, oh, this is why Rob said I'm not doing it anymore.
Not my first rodeo.
People were up in arms on MLB yesterday, and it's like, nope, I guess this is what happens. All right, so the next one here, Steelers Texans. We are all pretty aligned here. I actually thought the Steelers, at least their defense looked pretty good last week. Rob, you have a 5 here. Jeff has a 5, Ted 4, I'm a 3. Tyler, you're not on this one, so I guess we'll go to you first. I know you're not a big fan of this offense, but the defense looks pretty darn good.
I think the defense for the Texans looks pretty darn bad on the ground, which is why I think I'm not going to provide any pushback here. If there were to be a Najee game, this would be it.
Yep.
I just have zero faith in Matt Canada, and I have zero faith in Kenny Pickett without Deontay Johnson. I think this offense really needs Deontay back.
I have zero faith in Canada. I have zero faith in the offense. I also have zero faith in the Texans offense getting it done against the Steelers D, which is fucking stout, man. It's so unfortunate not to have an offense when you've got a defense that is literally like top of the league, right? It's just very frustrating to watch as a fan. But yeah, this is a situation like Mike Tomlin gets this shit done.
Yeah, and I think the Browns defense has made some offenses look horrible. I think the Steelers are bottom tier offense, but I think this Browns defense is a real problem. So looks like Steelers going to be one of our picks this week, which
wait a minute, let me ask you guys this, the professionals. Steelers is top 3 defense in the league?
Top 5.
Top 3 pass rush.
Yeah.
49ers are 1, right?
49ers, Browns would be top 2 for me. And then
Steelers.
Yeah. And then Steelers are in that next tier, probably.
Yeah, I like the Eagles. I like the Cowboys.
Eagles, Cowboys, yep.
Yeah.
I'll throw the Chiefs in there too with Chris Jones.
Yeah.
All right. Nobody touched Rams Colts. Nobody should touch Ram Colts. That is a mess of a game, both rosters are a mess and yet somehow competent. Rob, what do you got here?
You know what I love? I'm going to go back to Thursday Night Football real quick. Last night, fucking Herbstreit, who's a tool and a half, by the way. He was at Ohio State when I was right there, and I knew Herbstreit in college. But anyways, he's talking up the fucking defensive player from the Packers, how he's trying so hard that the dumb shit jumps over the fucking guard on that field goal. It was just classic Herbstreit.
You could tell when Herbstreit was talking about the college quarterbacks, is like, oh man, his NFL, he's running low on info here. He's talking about
this guy's busted his ass. He's going after, then he jumps over the guard.
Yeah.
And Musware is just like, that'll hurt your under or something.
Yep, that hurt my under. It cost me $1,000.
Yeah, pain.
Did it really?
Pain.
It did.
Oh, that duo was a mess. It's just a mess.
Okay, Rob, does this define your Rams Colts takes here that we're talking about Herbstreit?
Yeah, I have no interest. I just wanted to drop a Herbstreit gem there.
Tyler.
Nothing to add. We can move on.
That's what you get, Rams Colts. All right, Bucks Saints. I put a 1 on the Bucks to cover here, but not overly confident. I just think they're better. I mean, that Eagles team is gonna roll all year. Against the Saints with we'll see Jameis, maybe a pick 6 here or there. Tyler, any thoughts here on the old Bucks?
I really like the Saints defense. Like, that's another one I was going to mention in this category. Just really, really good in the secondary. They've got a lot of talent back there. I don't really have a strong lean on this one. It's a dead number to me at 3.5 for taking the Saints. If you want to cover the Bucks to cover, I get it. But especially with Jameis, like, there's that wild card too. I'll pass it over to you, Rob. I don't have much more to add.
You sort of nailed my thesis. Honestly, I like the hook on the Bucks here against Jameis. I mean, I feel like 3.5 is a great number as a dog here for them. And I don't know, the two teams to me are relatively equal. So with Jameis back there, I'm good getting the hook here. 3.5. I like the cover.
All right. Commanders +8, Eagles +8 or -8. Nobody touched this game. It's a lot of points, and Commanders have had some success against them. If we're just stacking these two teams up, Eagles by 24, but I mean, we know that's not kind of how it works. Rob, you were shaking your head.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those games where if this was 7, if it was 7, I'd be on the Eagles, right? It's just the 8. I'm like, I really want to lay fucking 8. No, I don't. And that's almost against any team. I don't want to lay 8 with the Eagles. So yeah, I'm off of that.
Tyler?
1,000%. It's a tough number there at 8. I will say if Sam Howell that showed up last week with 4 interceptions, nine sacks shows up, the Eagles scream by this -8 number.
Yeah. This is going to be a one where you're sweating that cover till the end. Eagles get up 20 early and then all right, next one is going to be another one of our picks. Bengals -2 at Tennessee. Rob was a 4, Jeff was a 1, Ted was a 3, I'm a 2, and Armando's a 5. Burrow looks terrible and he is hurt, but this pass funnel, I feel like Chase can just do damage against the secondary, and as well as Higgins and maybe some Tyler Boyd. Rob, any thoughts here?
Where's Derrick Henry this year? What's going on there? Like, I was looking at his numbers literally like yesterday because I haven't heard much about Derrick Henry this year. Without the Titans' ability, and maybe he gets it back together here, without their ability to control the football, yeah, Burrow has sucked, but he's got fucking weapons, and it's like they're going to expose the Titans here.
Tyler?
Yeah, if that Bengals pass rush that showed up on Monday Night Football returns against this Titans offensive line, I don't see Tannehill clawing their way back into this game. Burrow, really good against this pass funnel defense. I just see a lot of dink and dunks to Chase again, like what we saw. That's just going to be super effective.
Yep. I'm ready to be done with Tannehill. I'm ready. I'm ready for that to be done. I hope the Titans are soon as well.
Although the Henry hurt, or like, what's the deal with Derrick Henry?
29. I think they like Spears, but yeah, I don't know. This feels like it just kind of ends for some of these running backs. It might just be done. We'll see.
Some rough defenses to start the year too, and it's a terrible offensive line.
Yeah. All right. Chargers -5.5. Jeff has a 2. Ted has a 2. I have a 4. Armando has a 4. I know it's the Chargers. I know we're putting cold hard money on the Chargers to cover 5.5 points. This is more actually a bet on the Raiders. Garoppolo is banged up. That dude's taken a lot of hits these first couple weeks. And this Chargers team is just much better than the Raiders. That Miami game looked bad in week 1, and it's actually aging better that they were able to keep that close. Tyler, what are your thoughts here? I'm not going to shame anyone from staying away from the damn Chargers covering 5.5 though.
I have a tough time seeing that. The Chargers just self-implode so frequently, and the Raiders offense, they have the tools in terms of Adams and Myers and Josh Jacobs to exploit the pass attack that's been absolutely dreadful in the back end. That secondary is not showing up. That pass rush has nowhere to be seen. Like, seeing Kirk Cousins drop back and throw at will. I mean, I just think that there's a chance the Raiders cover. It's a bad number at 5.
Yeah. Rob?
Man, I have nothing to add. I don't know what to do with this game. I think there's better spots here. I see there's like low confidence across the board a little bit. It's just don't want to touch it. Honestly, it's sort of Rams Colts to me, to be honest with you.
So I guess if you're going to play the alt line and maybe go for Chargers blowout. But yeah, the 5.5 is a weird one. All right. Pats, Cowboys. Ted has a 5 here on the Cowboys. They looked a little sketchy. That Diggs injury sucks. And Dak against Belichick, worrying about some picks here. But Rob, anything here?
If I was going to be on a side, I'd be on the Patriots. I think Ted's had a 5 confidence on the Cowboys every week this year. I'm not sure how that's worked out for him, but Yeah, I think Patriots are nothing, but 6.5 is just like you don't take a dog at 6.5 very rarely. So I don't want a piece of it, but I don't trust the Cowboys to cover.
Tyler?
This looks like a slow-paced game in terms of two defenses really showing up. The Cowboys offensive line could be missing 3 of 5 starters. To me, that just screams like a low-scoring, slow-paced matchup where it'd be tough for a team to get blown out.
Yeah, if we turn the injuries off, I think the Cowboys are a Super Bowl contender, but the injuries are on and their team is falling apart. So, all right, next one here, Cardinals plus 14. Tyler, you have a 3. I looked at this one too. That's a lot of points, and this Cardinals team has kind of been whooping ass, at least in the first half here. I don't get it, but goddamn, they look good. What do you got?
14 points is a lot in the NFL. They are 3-0 against the spread to start the year, including kicking the Cowboys' ass last week. Man, I mean, the 49ers can put them away, and that pass rush can make Dobbs look like a JV quarterback playing high school. Like there's a chance that he just gets absolutely embarrassed, but Dobbs has been pretty impressive. He's top 3 in catchable throw rate. So the throws that he's making, they're not like terrible throws. He is a smart guy after all with that. What is he, a rocket scientist degree? Yeah, man. I think there's a chance that 14
Piece of
points
shit
is just a
show
lot.
off Dobbs. Yeah.
I wish it were in Arizona. That's the only thing that might make me think that this is probably just a silly line that I'm chasing, but plus 14 is just so many points.
If you could talk other people into it, I'm in. Part of, this is a game that I had circled. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to take the Cardinals plus 14, 2 fucking touchdowns. I mean, come on, man. Like, so I'm in. Like, if other people can get in, I wish I could move a number there. Although we're probably not going to get on the Jets plus 9, which I have later. So maybe I'll move on to the Cardinals here. But I'm definitely in. I mean, somebody should tell these other guys that they could take underdogs in this contest. It doesn't have to all be favorites.
All favorites, just like last year.
I will say I've now since week 1, I always throw one underdog in there. But yeah, we're a favorites clan over here on the Russ Clay side of things.
They make a spread for a reason.
I did look at this one though. I'm kind of in. All right. Chiefs, Jets. This was I feel like with Chris Jones, this Chiefs defense is top tier and just an absolute nightmare for Zach Wilson. So I do feel like they're gonna take it to him. But Rob, you're on the other side of this one, so break it down. 9.5 points for the Jets is a lot, and their defense is pretty good.
Jets at home, I'm like, how bad is Zach Wilson? Can Breece Hall like control the game flow here a little bit? And the other side of this, like the Chiefs, I don't know what their point totals have been for the year. I know, they put up some points last week. Kelsey got his Taylor Swift touchdown there at the end, which, by the way, I'm so fucking done with. Jesus Christ. I am so fucking done with it. And supposedly she's going to be at this game too. And I just
in New York, this is Taylor Swift prime time here. Yeah.
And I just don't care where Taylor Swift is on a daily basis. But outside of that, again, I don't have the Chiefs point totals in front of me, but like 9.5, it's a lot to cover. It's a lot. I don't think the Chiefs is the side.
Tyler?
Mahomes,
Jeff's a 3 on Chiefs as well.
Mahomes as a double-digit favorite, 10, 13, and 1 against the spread. He plays down to his opponents. They don't really play with a lot of pace. They play it slow. This Jets defense could be the one that, like, similar to the Buffalo game in week 1, where they just limited big plays over the top. They made Josh Allen dink and dunk. Allen threw some YOLO balls. They were all picked off. Not expecting that from Mahomes, but I would not be shocked if the Jets covered.
Yeah. Rob, you got the analytics on the site. What do you think our correlation between subscribers and T-Swift fans? Think it's pretty high?
You guys want a fantastic fucking story. Let me tell you this real quick. So, we've got the Elite Mafia League going on right now. And I hadn't set the prizes yet because I was trying to get some cool shit. I actually had a few things fall through. Anyways, a buddy of mine runs an auction company, silent auction company, and he has all this insane memorabilia. So I asked him to send me a bunch of cool shit we can give away for the prizes. And he sends me this incredible Taylor Swift framed picture, autographed ticket in there. And I texted Jeff Mans. I said, this is the top prize. I'm giving away this fucking Taylor Swift autograph thing. If the guys don't want it, their daughters will. Whatever. I'll give this thing away.
Yep.
Get the fuck out of here. No fucking way. We're not giving that away.
We do that with a signed Kelsey jersey. There we go.
Oh my God, dude. The Taylor Swift thing would be money. Anyways, I can't
That's
hear
awesome.
the correlation, but
Yeah.
I did hear Mom say that he knew he had to get Kelsey in the box. So.
Yeah. All right. And last one, Seahawks Giants. Ted has a 1 on the Giants. If I had a lean, I would go Seahawks here. Their offense looks pretty good. They've built up some really nice offensive talent there. And I don't know if I think Dable's a good coach, but he just doesn't have very much talent on this team. That's my take, but Giants at home. So Tyler.
Fun stat. Daniel Jones is 1-12 straight up at night games.
Oh my God.
I'm going Seattle, but I'm not taking this as a play.
Yeah.
Rob?
I don't want it. And guys, just so you know, we're super cheap here at Fantasy Guru. We only have 9 minutes left on our free Zoom call. So I'm going to cut this short so we can talk Survivor.
He's breaking the fourth wall.
That was our last game. We're good.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. All right.
Full disclosure.
On our premium Zoom account, of which we are high stakes on. All right, let's move to Survivor Week 4. We have 3 picks that are all we're kind of split this week. So let's see. Tyler, you have 2 on the Vikings. Let's see. All right. Our top 3 are Eagles, Chargers, and the Chiefs. If there is a week to do Chargers, I do think this is the one. However, losing in week 4 on a last minute Raiders field goal with that stupid look on their coach's face, after Josh Kelly fumbles. I mean, I don't want that to be our destiny, but I am kind of interested in getting them out of the way this week. But our pick right now is the Eagles. Rob?
I'm interested in some of Tyler's strong takes here. So the 40% of the field got eliminated last week, 60%, some high percentage because of the Jags, right?
Yep.
How much of the field is left?
Jags and Cowboys.
Yeah.
2,500, so 25% about.
So there's about 25% left in the field. I think the Chiefs were used pretty highly last week, if I recall. They were number 2. Weren't the Chiefs number 2?
Yes,
I think they were 2.
Somewhere pretty high.
So a lot of people burn Chiefs, which means we're in the minority of being able to use them here because Jags got eliminated. So I don't know. I'm Chiefs are going to win this game, and so I don't know who you're saving them for instead of just using them this week. But
yeah,
Christmas. That's what I'm saving them for. Christmas.
Oh, is that right? Who do they have?
Raiders. The Chiefs play at home.
Okay, I could get there. So I'm probably stronger on Eagles than Chiefs if we have to save them for Christmas. Are we saving the Eagles for anywhere?
I don't think so.
All right, then I'm Eagles. I think we go Eagles.
Tyler, any thoughts? You had a 2 on the
I did
Eagles.
2s across the board because I didn't have strong leans in Survivor this week. I do have a strong lean against betting against Bryce Young. I'll just say that. That's why I'm really, really suspect on this Vikings line. I'm going to bet -5 when we get off here just because I think the Vikings roll in this game. Panthers defense missing a lot of pieces. Vikings team, they can just throw at will against this group that's missing JC Horn. As far as the Survivor, though, I think I did Eagles too, right? That was one of my picks.
Yeah,
so I have no issues with that.
Okay.
It begs an interesting question in terms of Vikings, because at some point you basically have to use everyone, or close to everyone.
Yeah, when are we going to want to use an 0-3 team
Yeah,
against
I mean,
another 0-3 team?
yeah, I mean, it might not be another opportunity to use the Vikings. This might be their only -5 of the
Well,
fucking year.
boys, is this the week to go back to the Bears? What do we think?
Flip a coin there.
Yeah, so we'll post our picks and all that, but it does look like we're leaning Eagles right now. And Chargers and Chiefs were the other ones that were high in the confidence ratings. So that's pretty much it. And in terms of Circa Millions, we have Steelers, Bengals -2 at Tennessee, Chargers -5.5. We have Chiefs -9.5, and then we have Vikings right now with a 9. So that's it. Anything you guys want to throw out there before we head out?
Were those all favorites?
Yeah. Oh, and we talked about Cardinals +14, which we might shift to. I'd be in on that one.
All right, boys, let's bet 5 favorites again and see how it goes.
I'm going to need a beer with you, Rob.
This week will be different.
Oh, Russ and his square favorite bets. Let's go, baby. Let's go, favorites. All right. So for all of you, we'll be posting this on the site. So if you're watching that, you'll probably be seeing it there. For all sports betting and all that good stuff, check out the Discord, check out our bets page on the site. And thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.